Dom, want to move back to the United Kingdom a little bit, and I want to show you some clips actually. I've seen this happen quite a lot on UK streets with regard to sort of migrants, whether they are illegal or just people that are not culturally aligned to us here in the UK. I've got some shocking footage actually to share with you. I've got two videos in fact, but this one has just came out today of a mother and daughter being approached by a migrant man, and this migrant man, he looks like of African descent, is asking the mother for the daughter to give him a kiss. Yeah, it's absolutely shocking. Let's have a little watch of this one. I'm just trying to get the video footage up for you. It's called Under African Migrant 1, African Migrant. Here you
go. Guck mal, ich bin hier mit meinen Kindern und spazieren und ich werde einfach die ganze Zeit verfolgt von so einem Mann. Der ruft mich die ganze Zeit. So gruselig.
Entschuldigung, warten Sie mal kurz. Hallo. Ich wohne auch hier. Sind Sie hier neu in der Gegend?
Ja.
Sie wunderschön, Sie sehr, sehr schön.
Okay.
Sie wunderschön.
Dankeschön. Ich bin aber gerade am Spazieren mit meinen Kindern. Ich habe einen Mann. Wir würden hier auch gerne weiter spazieren.
Ich habe Sie gesehen von hinten.
Habe ich gemerkt.
Moment. Ich habe Sie gesehen von hinten. Sie boom hinten.
Okay. Habe ich gesehen. Was will ich denn?
Ich habe gesehen von hinten. Sie haben boom von hinten.
Okay, aber ich habe auch einen Mann.
Sie ist sehr schön.
Dankeschön.
Sie haben einen Mann? Sie haben einen Mann?
Ja, ich habe einen Mann.
Egal, Mann muss nicht wissen, ein Date haben.
Nein, danke.
Bleiben Sie stehen kurz.
Ich bin mit meinen Kindern.
Ich nur mit Ihnen rede, kurz wollen ein Date.
Nein, ich möchte kein Date, dankeschön. Ich würde mich auch freuen, wenn Sie mich jetzt in Ruhe lassen.
Aber Sie magnifik, Sie sehr schöne Augen, schöne Nase und hinten bumm. Ich habe gesehen, ich muss reden mit dieser Frau.
Können Sie bitte gehen?
Bitte.
Können Sie bitte einfach gehen und mich in Ruhe lassen? Dankeschön.
Aber ein Kuss bitte.
Bitte.
So that was from Germany, that in particular incident. However, I've got another incident, of course, from the UK, of some CCTV footage. But yeah, I mean, this is, again, it just looks like European women just aren't safe at all. But have a look at this clip here in part 2 from surveillance footage, and the police do show up, but this is actually in the UK. This man coming out of the play zone, where a woman has to defend her children. Have a watch of this one.
Okay. Fine.
No, get in.
You okay?
Cautioning, please. What? Get in. Move. What are you doing? Don't even bother. Move. Don't get loose. I've got kids in here, don't.
Huh?
I've got kids.
You have to do?
I've got children in here. Can you go away, please? What you do? I've got cameras.
Good. Better.
Hi.
Done. Yeah. Can you all just go on silence and deal with him, and then we'll come and speak to you in a sec, alright? Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. Just give us two, just go close the door, give us 2 minutes. Nothing to do with you, Lana. Nothing to do with you, Lana.
So yeah, thoughts on that one? That's pretty scary, is it?
Yeah, pretty scary. I mean, the first one obviously was pretty shocking. Seeing the mother or the daughter from behind and clearly being sort of sexually motivated there. And the second one, he was inside of the playpen outside of this mother's house when she was home alone with children. These people have no conscience. They have no ability to understand that is not the right thing to do in this scenario. Like, it's just disgusting. And these are only just some of the things that we're seeing. I guarantee you this is happening on a daily basis across the country and just isn't being reported. The UK citizens have a right to feel safe in their homeland, and these people directly threaten that right with their presence because they're clearly not conscious, they're not motivated, they're not clearly, the guys, it's just middle of the day on a work day. The husband is out working probably, and what is he doing? He's clearly not working. How can these people say that these are productive members of society and that they're beneficial to the wider good of society when all they're doing is, scrounging around and scaring mothers and children?
Well, we've seen that, and we've seen the police response last time with the lady, that blind lady in Canary Wharf, where one guy just walked into the house, and there was a blind lady that was there, and if it wasn't for her daughter for being there, then something crazy could have happened. But the police response was, well, we can't arrest him because it's not illegal to just go inside someone's house. So in particular instance, the guy coming out the playpen, this is not necessarily an arrestable offence. So he's essentially allowed to just walk into their house. That guy's just allowed to hang out in their playpen in their front garden and then loiter around her front of her house.
Yeah, it's vile. They don't have any conscience there when it comes to how this makes other people feel. I don't even know if they understand that is a thing, that other people can feel scared. They're probably not sort of smart enough nor have the brain capacity to do so. But how many assaults, how many rapes, how many young women, young mothers are going to feel scared, are going to be sexually assaulted before this becomes a bigger issue. This is already a big issue in my eyes, and these videos do prove that this is happening, and that mothers across the country are scared to leave their houses because of men like this. It just goes back to the point, we want to see these people arrested and deported. They cannot be allowed to roam free in society.
Well, this is the situation where they are allowed to roam free in society. Of course, that individual that sort of sparked the Epping Hotel protests. This week he was given a 12-month sentence. Of course, the Ethiopian man who sexually assaulted a child and then sexually assaulted a woman, and then of course was given just 12 months. So he was given his verdict of guilty, but his sentence was given this last couple of days. And I'm just getting an update now as we're live on this podcast, is that the Home Office will now seek to deport the asylum seeker after his 12-month sentence. So that's a step in the right direction, but why does it need to get to this stage where a young girl, a 14-year-old girl, has been sexually assaulted, a woman has been sexually assaulted before the authorities take action? And we can talk about the sentence in general, as we always say. I always draw a sort of precedent with what Lucy Connolly got, 31-month sentence for hurting words on Twitter, and an individual who does 2 sexual assaults, one of those being on a child, only gets 12 months. And then, of course, the Home Office looking to deport him, but that's not been confirmed, really, because, well, he's got 12 months to conjure up a plan and try and play the violin, whether that's going to be him being an alcoholic, whether that's going to be him being gay, or whatever it may be. We'll see what the woke human rights lawyers come up with over the next 12 months.
Yeah, I think obviously he has a lot of time to plan that, and obviously the NGOs, these activist judges and lawyers are going to be working his case to ensure that he stays in the UK for no benefit of anyone other than the sort of globalist agenda here. But, how can Lucy Connolly get 31 months for bad words on the internet that she deleted and she apologised for, yet this man gets 12? And bearing in mind, he's probably only going to serve 40% of that, which would equate to about 4 or 5 months in jail under the sort of legislation in the UK right now. You know, he has to be deported because, again, there's going to be public outcry. There was already protests in Epping outside of the Bell Hotel. Only the other night, actually, where we saw a few people get arrested, as I'm sure you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, the hotel is still active. You know, there are still people in that hotel that are allowed to roam free. It's just insanity, Dan. It really is insanity, and it boils my blood.
But we're seeing these two-tier sentences across the board, not just for sort of migrants, but of course that individual. So if you're an Islamist who carries out a knife attack, then you're going to get let off without a prison sentence. Do you remember the situation of the guy that was protesting outside an embassy? He essentially burned a Quran. Obviously there's no blasphemy laws within the UK, but he was arrested under aggravating hate or something like that. But the most shocking part of that incident was a guy who came out with a knife in London and tried to attack him. His verdict just came out and said that he's not going to be getting any prison time whatsoever.
Two-tier care, Dan. That's what that is. And you're right, it is not illegal to burn the Quran.
Nor is a flag, nor is it for the Bible.
Exactly. You know, there might be some laws about, you know, starting fires in public or something like that. But again, you know, burning the Quran specifically is not an illegal activity. Yeah, I'm pretty sure attacking someone with a knife is.
It's just, yeah, well, that's just the way it goes. So that individual's not got prison time, despite being caught on camera, lunging at an individual with a knife in broad daylight. He's not going to be getting any prison sentence. So when people sort of say, oh, there is no two-tier justice in this country, it's clear as day that there is, because there's so much evidence for it, which is shocking. And